I'm Claire and I'm a dance teacher and I'm here to help you get better at ballet, and I can't believe it. It's been dreary all day and then 1 minute I come out to speak to you and suddenly the sun comes out and it's like really bright in my eyes, but I don't want to stop now because I'm here and ready to talk to you. So today I am going to give you 3 examples of exercises or movements that really benefit from weight placement. I've already spoken to you about weight placement and how it can really help your dancing, so it's something to really bear in mind. And I will try and put the button in. I tried the other day and it didn't work, so I'll pop the button in there if I can for the video on general weight placement. But today we are going to talk about specific movements and how the weight placement can really help that, okay? So first of all, the basic fundamentals of weight placement is obviously making sure you're on the right leg, but also on the right part of your foot, yes? You want to be stacked nice and vertical with ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over the balls of your feet. Really nice, feeling that plumb line running right through your centre, and that will really help you keep your weight in the correct place. However, once we're moving around, it's a slightly different story because obviously we're having to compensate for legs being extended and things like that. So we have to really think about that, and it does make it quite challenging. So I'm here to help you. So first of all, we are going to talk about développés. Okay, they're a little bit more advanced. We're not talking like really basic ballet here. But développé is where you unfold one leg while standing on the other leg. And your weight placement is obviously really important here. And I'm going to do a little zoom in so that I can show you how we can make that transition from one leg to the other for that bit. So I'm going to tell you about how développés can be really improved by using correct weight placement. So what I'm going to do is, as I do my développé, I'm not going to think about my working leg too much. I'm going to think about my supporting leg, and we have that millisecond of a peel. As you bend that toe backwards and have that little peel moment, you're actually in the transition phase where you're transitioning from 2 legs to 1 leg. And I'm also thinking of keeping my weight on the ball of that foot, so not sitting back on my heel. And then feel that connection between my supporting leg and the gesturing foot. So my little toe is sliding, it's connected the whole way up, and it slides up that shin, or the side of my leg actually. And then as I open it, the one, I could do a rise if I want to, because I'm on my leg basically, I'm not pulling back. It's so tempting to pull back on your heel because your brain is saying, I need to counterbalance. It's so tempting to pull back on that leg because your brain is telling you, your logical brain is saying, I need to counterbalance the leg that's going up in the air. However, if you're using the correct technique and you've got the right engagement in your muscles, that's creating the torque, as in T-O-R-Q-E, that's creating a slight tension, the strength in your leg. It's like ballast to your développé. So that gives you the ability to développé that leg without leaning away from it to compensate. See how being right on the balls of those feet really helps with that développé. And the next exercise I'm going to talk about is Grand Battement. It's very easy for us to pull off our leg towards the leg that's going up, especially when we go derrière actually. When we go to the back, we often, especially if we're facing the bar, we'll often pull away from the bar and pull off, what we call pull off our supporting leg, so you're going back towards your heels. So here's how Grand Battement can be vastly improved by having your weight in the correct place. You need it to be mostly on the ball of the leg. So if I'm doing a Grand Battement derrière, yes. So again, I'm going to put another little close-up here to give you a better view of how that can help you. The temptation is to pull back off your leg, yes, especially if you've got a bar in front of you and you can pull like that and you're going way and you're pulling back on that leg. However, what you want to be is on your supporting leg. So when you do that Grand Battement derrière, you're almost in a little rise, so your weight is forward because your hips will be tipping forwards anyway. So you want to have your weight forwards on the ball of that foot, and that will really help you keep that beautiful vertical line through that leg. Yes, your hips will tip forward, but you don't want your whole body to tip forward, but at the same time you don't want to pull back off that leg. the last thing I want to talk about is glissades. They are really tricky to get looking absolutely perfect because it's very tempting to jump them or just keep them really flat and level on one level and be like sliding from side to side. But when it's done correctly with your weight on the correct leg, which is actually the opposite leg that you're thinking of the leading leg, but actually you're pushing into the leg that's behind the trailing leg because you're pushing yourself forward, that will really, really help your glissades. Like I said, they're quite tricky to make look really lovely. People often either go really straight or they forget the plie, so it's quite tricky to get looking really good. So think about your weights. You must use the plie and you must stretch both legs, but it's not a jump. Your toes, certainly in the RAD method, your toes are touching the floor at all times, the tips of your toes. They might come off a tiny bit, but they are meant to be touching the floor at all times. That's where it can get a bit flat. So you've got to have that sense of like up and over a little hill, but at the same time it's not a jump. So it really is about working through those feet, but it is also about your actual weight placement that will really, really help you. So I'm going to show you my legs. So first of all, I'm going to do this from third because this is where we introduce glissades, and actually I'm going to do it with my right leg in front. So I'm going to do glissade derrière. So I'm not going to change my legs. I'm going to do very, very basic. And it goes from a plie, and I'm pushing into this leg. So I'm stretching that leg, yeah? And then I'm thinking up, and then into this leg, yeah? So I'm pushing, I'll just step back a little bit. So I'm going to start in third, because that's where we introduce glissades, certainly in grade 2 and 3 in RAD. So I'm going to do a lovely plie, you must plie, and I'm going to push into this leg, into the trailing leg, so I'm pushing myself forward as opposed to dragging my body towards. What can often happen is you can go like that and drag your body. And can you see, that gives you the temptation to go onto a straight leg. But we have to push into this leg, you stretch that leg, stretch, and then into a plie, and I'm pushing into that leg to create that lovely up and over. So if I swap to the other side, yes, I'm going to push into this leg, push plie, yeah? That will give you the lovely up and over of that glissade. You've got to use the plie, you've got to stretch both legs, don't forget about the second leg, but also pushing into that trailing leg. That was key for me. When I realised that, I was like, here you go. That's sorting my glissades out. I hope that helps you. So hopefully that will give you some little tips on how to really, really help your weight placement whilst you're dancing. And yes, tune in for more. If you like what I've been talking about and you find it helps you, please let others know. Share the love, yeah? We can all lift each other up together. This is about making sure that we all improve and become amazing dancers at the same time. If you like it, if you try this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you get on, because I'd love to know. I'd love to see, people trying this and actually going, yes, it works. If it doesn't work, let me know and I might be able to help you. Also, if you want to dance with me, I have classes. You can drop me a line and dance with me, or you can join at bridgeballet.club, where I'm going to be collating my YouTube videos, so you can see them all collated in an organised manner, and also I have a class added every week, so you can take as many classes as you like. You get instant access to the whole library, and then every week a new class is added to the library, and you can just keep doing loads of classes online in your own time. Even if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you can do a ballet class with me. So don't forget bridgeballet.club and you can join us. Okay, take care, see you later.